Hello and welcome to the Stitch with Love podcast. If you are new here, my name is Shannon. I am a knitter and a crocheter coming to you from Palmerston North, New Zealand. Today is Sunday the 8th. That sounds right. I think it's the 8th of October. So, someone in a loud car or motorbike. Anyway, but I have been doing Vlogtober, so I did not end up doing a podcast last week because I wasn't feeling particularly great, and with doing Vlogtober as well, I think I was just tired. But feeling better today, so we are going to do a normal podcast episode for those who don't want to watch the vlogs. We'll get started. I don't have any finished objects. My knitting has been kind of sporadic, so we'll just get into works in progress. In my doggy bag, one of my doggy bags, I have two. This is my Earthshades cowl by the Black Cat Knitting Company, and this is where I'm at. So I've done a decent chunk. It's still a bit uneven at the moment. One, because it's bunched up on the needles, and then also it's not blocked. These yarns, put them in here. Oops. And labels. So this is Spin Cycle dyed in the wool in the colorway Nostalgia, and I'll just bring the tag. Then Nostalgia, and then the pink is Brooklyn Tweed Perry in the colorway Peony. So here's the tag for this one. And I'm using 3.25mm Knit Pro Mindful Collection needles, because because it's needed for the pattern. I don't know what I'm on about, but yeah, I went through a stage of always running out of this particular needle size, but it's hard to find them in interchangeables. Most interchangeables seem to stop at 3.5, and so when I saw these in my local knit shop, I bought them, and then I went to a knit shop when I went down to Wellington for a networking event, and I picked up another set of 3.25mm needles. So I now have 2 wooden, 1 interchangeable, 1 fixed, and 1 metal. So I'm happy about that because it seems to be a common size that I use. I don't know. Anyway, this is 1x1 brioche, and I'm still in the you're just knitting up. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. I don't want to give it away though. So you knit up, and then you'll start doing some increases and stuff to make a pattern. So still in just the knitting straight up. I would put it on, but I'm worried I'm going to have all my stitches fly off, and I don't want that. So that is coming along slowly, but it's happening. Put it in the whip basket. I might just transfer stuff from the sofa to the whip basket as I'm showing, and then I can just get stuff out as I need. So this bag is by Mama Wooling. I love this bag. I love the colour. This was part of the Cast-On calendar 2021. Yes. And this is my Minaret crop. I can never remember the name of the designer. I'm shocking at that. But I will leave my project page below. I've got some done on this. Not as much as I would like, but it's happening. I guess, we can be happy about that. That's the little paw print. Here we go. It wants to go around the other way. Anyway, this yarn is plush. No, I keep saying plush fingering. It's not. It's Bliss by Mama Wooling. on, no, Bliss is the base. The colourway is Dappled Mare. This is 100% merino. That's it in a skein. And I've been working on this, not very much. I want to knit on it more. In the Love and Stitches membership, we're doing 30 for 30 again. And I'm wondering if maybe I have this as my 30 for 30. But then there's another potential project that's not cast on yet. I'm thinking I'll do my 30 for 30. And I will talk about that after I've shown you all my works in progress. Otherwise, I'll be here forever. These are 3.75mm needles. These are my Liquor Indigo. My favourite needles. I love them. Yeah. Don't know what else to say about it, really. I'm using a needle size smaller than recommended, just because I tend to be a loose knitter. I can't remember if I swatched or not, because I cast this on ages ago. But I don't know. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens when I'm done. So, yeah. It's going to be a cropped, like, t-shirt style top. So there's that one, but I want to get some more done on it. I might actually, while I've got this in here, I'm going to move my progress keeper up. The ones where I've got progress keepers, I don't have one on my cowl, and I wonder if I should put one on. But there we go. We'll move that up so that next week I can see how much I've done. I don't know if it'll be very much though. In the whip basket, my socks. These, I swear, these are just, I don't know what. Last time, was it last time I podcasted? I don't think it was. I think it was actually a Vlogtober. I knit the entire foot of this sock in a day. While I was watching lectures and doing readings. It was stuck just after the heel for ages, and then I knit the rest of it, cast on the second one, and now it's stuck in the same part of the second sock. I don't know what it is about the heel. I don't even need to do any decreases, it's just knit in the round. I don't know what's happening with these. Anyway, these are my Farmer's Daughter Fibres for last month, so I have missed the cutoff for the prize, but oh well. Vanilla socks, I'm doing 60 stitches this time, because I wanted to try it out. I think I will go back to 56 though. But yeah, 50, no, not 56, 60 stitches. Fish Looks Kiss heel for the first time. Enjoying that because I don't need to pick up stitches or do gusset decreases, so that was good. And then I used a sock ruler because I wasn't sure how long I wanted them to be in the sense of rows, and then standard toe. So this needs to be done because I feel like these socks have just been hanging over me for so long and there's no reason for it. It's literally stocking it in the round. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe I'm just not feeling socks. Yeah, which is kind of ironic considering my potential cast on. As I said, I'll get to that. These are Chalgo 2.25mm circulars. Yeah. I've managed to lose the ball band, so I can't remember what base this is. But I know it's Farmer's Daughter Fibres. I don't know what else to say about that other than I'm stuck in the same position with this, just the second sock. It'll be good once these are done. Put them in there. Okay, we've got two more. We'll do the one that is not the MKAL, and then we will do the MKAL. So this is a long-standing whip. Losing my glasses. This is a long-standing whip that I cast on early this year, I think about April, and I did the neckband and then just stopped. I picked it up again. I think I picked it up last week. I've knit a lot, so where the stitch marker is where I was when I picked it up again, and I've knit down to here. So this is the back-to-back top by Joan Ho. Put my hair out of the way. I'm not quite sure exactly where this sits because there's no straps on it at the moment, so it might look a bit weird when I put it on. But it goes like that. It comes down the sides, and then there's straps, ties. So knitting on the body at the moment. Got hair just sitting on it. This yarn is leftover from a previous project. This is Deep Stash. This is Drops Muscat and doesn't have a colour name. It just says colour 60. I think it's pretty standard for drops, I think, isn't it? This is 100% mercerised cotton. I don't knit with cotton very often because I don't particularly enjoy it. However, I am liking this. I will say that. I am using, what size needles? 3.5mm needles. These are my Knit Picks Caspian wood. First interchangeable set I got, still going strong. I do prefer the liquor needles, but these are not bad. I will say that. For a budget friendly option, these are good. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this, but I mean, I've done a decent amount on this. I'm very, very happy about that. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. I'll do that now, otherwise I will forget to do it. And now I'm doing it on screen. It's not going to work, is it? Not hard. There we go. Moved it, and I'll keep working on that when I'm not doing the MKAL. This is another Mama Willing project bag. There's no point me showing you. This is my granny stripe, not granny stripe, my granny square hexagon cardigan, but I've not done anything on it, so I'm just moving it to the whip basket. Last one. This is the Steve & West MKAL for this year, Geogradient. If you do not want any spoilers, I suggest you skip ahead now. I have learnt how to do chapters, yay, so I will leave a timestamp in the description of where you can skip to, so you don't get spoilers. So you should have skipped now if you don't want spoilers, so I'm going to continue. First clue, and this has already been a journey. If you are knitting the MKAL, you will know what I'm talking about. I started the clue, and then yesterday morning, turns out the clue got changed. There was a reason behind it, and a good reason. But I don't like starting things over, so I got kind of irritated. Not at anyone in particular or anything, just the fact that I'd start again because I'd done a decent chunk. I'll show you what I did. I'd got up to this point, which is a decent amount, and I had to start again. So I got kind of annoyed, but after about 2 hours where I had got myself some food because if you'd seen yesterday's vlog, then you'll know the story. But I had just gotten up. I hadn't had any food. I hadn't had coffee. I was still in my pajamas and I'd just woken up and I saw that it had been changed. So after food, coffee and knitting on the back-to-back top, I got over myself and cast back on. So I will show you. First I'll show you my yarn and then I'll show you where I'm up to. All of these are Mama Walling plush fingering. A couple of them are one of a kinds. They're just for this kit. This was a kit. I'm at the point where none of them are attached, so that's actually quite handy. Find the tags. Hey, so the first one is the colorway Sugar. There's this tag. Then we have Bonfire. Actually, I'll do them in the order. I've got them in the shawl. I think that will be better. All glad myself now. This lovely green is MKAL Freestyle 2. So this is a one of a kind. I don't think she's dyeing this again. But it's actually a little bit lighter in person. The camera's making it a bit darker, but it is pretty much that colour. Then we have MKAL Style Freestyle 3, and I hope that she comes out with something like this because I love this colour so much. So there we go. It's like a dark foresty green with like specks of brown and olive. It's just gorgeous. And then my fourth colour is Bonfire, which I almost showed you early. There we go. So I'll show you where I'm up to. If I can spread this out. This is where I am. So I've got, I think, 2 more, I guess, repeats of the 4 colours, if that makes sense. So that I think, yeah, I think that's right. I need to have a look again. But basically, I've got to go through again and just build out a bit more. But this is where I'm at. This little tail here, I need to weave, like put through to the wrong side. But I have done the weave and Steven on this, but I'm a little bit worried about how stable it will be, so I might go back through and just whip stitch it a couple of times before I cut them. I am using 3.25mm needles. I went down a needle size because I tend to be a loose knitter. And I have my little paw print. I'm using this as my beginning of round just because I'm finding if I have one on the needle, it just flies off because there's no stitch like anchoring it. So I just use a removable one, and every time I finish a stripe, so I just finished this stripe, I've just moved it up, and I'll keep doing that. So I can still keep track of where the beginning of round is, but without losing my stitch marker. I forgot to say, these are Knit Pro Symphonies interchangeables that I picked up from Maid Marion in Wellington. Yeah, so that's where I am. I'll probably knit more on it again today. I'm going to try and knit on something else just because, as I said, I'm doing Vlogtober, and I feel like all I'm knitting is the MKAL, and I'm putting spoiler alerts in. And so if anyone doesn't want spoilers, they're not seeing me knit because all I'm knitting is the MKAL. Which leads me on to potential new cast on, even though I'm actually trying to finish works in progress. So there's no acquisitions, so there's nothing there, but I'm doing the pigskin party, or trying to do the pigskin party this year. If you don't know what that is, it's run by Boston Jen on Ravelry. You get put into a team, and for, you know, the projects that you knit, you get points based on the amount of yardage, as long as it's over a certain amount. And the challenge this month, so from the 1st to the 31st, so I'm starting a little bit late, is to knit a pair of socks. If it's fingering weight, over 200 yards. If it's DK or heavier, over 100 yards. I don't know what that is in meterage. I was trying to do a conversion and put it down, because I'm just going off the instructions. And I didn't think to look at the meterage. I have no idea. We don't use yards, so I don't know. Anyway, so I will need to look that up for my own sake anyway, because I measure in meters. But and you get bonus points for using a pattern by, there's a particular sponsor, Lisa K. Ross. If you use one of her patterns, you get extra points. And so I'm thinking I'm going to use make one of her patterns, one of her sock patterns, and cast on another pair of socks. But also considering the fact that I'm having a bit of an issue with those socks, casting on another pair of socks kind of seems a little bit stupid. But they're going to be a pattern sock, so maybe it'll be more interesting. And that's why I'm thinking as well of doing it as my 30 minutes of knitting, because surely 30 minutes of knitting a day for 3 weeks should get me a pair of socks. Surely. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I haven't decided yet, and I need to raid my sock yarn stash. And then I have other projects I want to cast on or start. East Anglia Yarn Festival, I plan on being there next year, because if all goes well, I'll be at university in Scotland. So I will travel down for the weekend, see my grandparents, and go to East Anglia Yarn Festival. And each year they do a make-along. And I want to do the make-along. I don't need more projects though, that's the issue, because I'm actually trying to decrease the amount of projects, so that when I have to pack up everything, the least amount of loose needles and yarn and things hanging around. If I have like 1 or 2 projects, I can take them with me on the plane, and then everything else just folds flat or goes in a vacuum seal bag in my suitcase and just goes in the hold. But if it's on the needles, I don't really want to put it in the hold, because I'm worried that something's going to go wrong with it. So I need to knit fast. That's kind of not the intention. The intention is to enjoy, but I am aware of time constraints. I mean, technically the East Anglia Yarn Festival one, I can wait until I get there, because at this stage I'll get there at the end of November, like get to the UK at the end of November, and then any travel I'm doing after that, I'm not flying on a plane, I'm going on a train. That rhymes, but not intentionally. And so if I have projects that are ongoing, it's not quite so bad. And East Anglia Yarn Festival isn't until end of March. So, but also I'm really excited and I want to cast it on now. Oh dear me. But I guess life stuff, there isn't much to report. I'm still waiting I've not got anything from Dundee. They're still processing my application. We are now first full week of October, and I've not heard anything. So we're getting down to the wire a little bit, and I don't like it. But there's nothing you can do. All you can do is wait. Oh, like I'm excited to go, but also at the same time I'm thinking I need more time. But yeah, I think that's all I have to catch you up on, because I don't think I have anything else to share. I've got exams coming up at uni in about 3 weeks, but I wouldn't say that's particularly exciting. Yeah. So I think I'm going to finish here. Still a decent length podcast. I'm going to finish here. I need to do some cleaning, and I want to do some knitting. So that's on the agenda. And I need to take the bins down the road. So if I don't do it before Joan gets home, it's really hard to get around the cars, and then I don't do it, and then I forget, and then the bin man comes and picks up the rubbish, and I've not put my bin down the road. So yeah, I'm gonna head off and do that and get that sorted. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to give me a like, subscribe, let me know what you've been working on, and I will see you hopefully next week, if not in 2 weeks. See you then.